Hey guys, welcome to my guide on Adamant Dragons. Before we start, all my Slayer guides are in the description box so you can jump to the next monster after your task. There are 6 types of Metal Dragons, increasing in difficulty depending on the metal type. They all count towards a Metal Dragon Slayer task, but this video will cover the Adamant Dragon, and guides for the others are linked below. Adamant Dragons are pretty simple, but out of the 6 Metal Dragon types, Adamant is the most annoying to kill. It requires Dragon Slayer 2, and in terms of attacks, they use the entire combat triangle, melee, range, and magic, where its ranged attack, even with protect missiles on, has a slight chance of draining your HP by 20%. It also uses standard Dragon Fire, and frequently fires a poison shot at the tile you're standing on, and simply clicking a few tiles away lowers the damage to 0. With these attacks, there are 3 popular ways to kill Adamant Dragons. If you have access to super anti-fire potions, you can wear any gear setup and any shield you wish. If you only have access to anti-fires, you must wear an anti-dragon shield with your setup. If you don't have access to any types of anti-fire potions, my advice would be to stick to bronze, iron, or steel dragons instead. However, if you're okay with tanking a bit of extra damage from the dragon fire, just wear an anti-dragon shield, and we'll bring extra food in our inventory. Now let's go over armor setups. Looking at the stats of Adamant Dragons, they're quite high and they will pose a bit of a challenge for mid-level players. You can see that they are extremely weak to stab weapons, earth spells, and heavy ranged weapons. First, these are the calculations for higher level setups who are using super anti-fires with any shield they want. You can see, generally speaking, that the DPS outputs are very similar, and it comes down to which combat style you prefer using. If we lowered the armor costs, you can see that magic is a clear winner. At the time of recording, the Dragon Hunter Lance and Crossbow are 50 mil each, while the Dragon Hunter Wand is 10 mil. Meaning not only do magic setups output higher DPS at mid-levels, but they also pay less grand exchange tax if you plan to sell the setup later. If you're using normal anti-fires, we must wear an anti-dragon shield with our setups. The DPS is of course slightly worse, but you use a little less food. If you're not using anti-fires, you can see the food amount has almost doubled, making it way less efficient, but still possible. So here's the armor rank list if you're using a melee setup. Feel free to mix and match depending on your stats and budget. Here is the armor rank list if you're using a ranged setup. For every weapon, I listed the bolts it's able to fire, and at the bottom I listed all of the best value bolts that do a lot of damage. And here is the armor rank list for a magic setup. All the spell costs are listed down below, just use a calculator to multiply how many casts you need. All of these gear setups come straight from the NoBS OSRS calculator, the ultimate tool for Slayer. Test out different gear setups and see outputs like DPS, resource estimates, and task times in real time. You can easily see what untradables you can bring for a Slayer task. I created thousands of custom teleport maps for easy navigation to any monster, and things like attack mechanics, location requirements, gear recommendations, all condensed down into as few words as possible. If you're interested in trying it out, click the link in the description box below to find out more. Now, let's go over how to get to the Lithkren vault. The fastest way is by using a dig site pendant to Lithkren. If you don't have that teleport unlocked yet, you can use a magic mush tree to Mushroom Meadow and run southwest to the rowboat, or use a dig site teleport on a dig site pendant, take the boat using the barge guard, then running northwest. After taking the boat, you'll be right over here, and we want to run to the western house. Climb up the steps and go down into the vault. Just continue north down the stairs and through the door. If you run to the northeastern side past the dragons, you can use your dig site pendant on the strange machine to permanently unlock that teleport on your pendant. Once you're in the Lithkren vault, the Adamant Dragons are in the western room. If you use Runelite, I highly recommend turning on the ground items plugin and only picking up loot that is above 5k. In the comments section, I'll post a list of items you should put in your highlight list and hidden list. You can alter to how you'd like, but the less items we have to pick up, the less damage we'll take. Now let's gear up for the task. First thing we want to take care of is quick prayers and Runelite settings, and I've posted the images of what I would use depending on the setup. First, here are the melee inventory examples. Any text that is white are required items, while yellow text is optional. Usually Mithril Dragon tasks take multiple trips, so it's a good idea to have extra supplies in the bank. And here are the inventory examples for ranged. There's not many good one-handed spec weapons for ranged, so bringing a couple of extra food is also just as good. And here are the inventory examples for magic. If you're using standard earth spells, you unfortunately cannot bring Thralls or Death Charge because they're on the Arceus spellbook. But if you're using a powered staff like Tumekens or Eye of Ayak, then those spells can be used. So here's the in-game example for Adamant Dragons. Before we pass the barrier, make sure to choose Stab, Rapid, or Spell, along with Auto Retaliate. Then drink our potions, turn on your quick prayers, then pass the barrier. Summon a Thrall and Death Charge if you have them, along with unloading your specs. For ranged and magic setups, stand at a distance and have your mouse hovered a few tiles away, and when you see the poison shot, click to dodge it. Same strategy with melee. It's a bit harder to see the poison shot compared to ranged and magic, but just click anywhere across the dragon to dodge it. If you're low level, it's not a bad strategy to leave the barrier after every kill, heal up to full, overheal with an angler, then go back in. Less eating during the fight means more damage you can deal. The other big thing you have to watch out for is your anti-fire timer. If that expires, the Adamant Dragon can easily kill you in a couple hits. But not much to it. Combo eat when you're about 50 HP, restore your prayer points when they are low, and when you're out of supplies, bank and repeat the trip. And that's everything. If you found the video helpful, please leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions or suggestions, leave it in the comment box below. Thanks for watching.